Rome was supposed to be eternal. For centuries, people believed it. Rome was power. Rome was order. Rome was civilization. Rome was the center of the known world. Its roads connected continents. Its armies protected borders. Its laws shaped society. People were born, lived their lives, and passed away. To many people, Rome felt permanent, almost eternal. But what happens when something you thought would last forever begins to fall apart? This is the story of Augustine, and the question that changed his life. Augustine was born in 354 AD in North Africa, a province of the Roman Empire. He grew up in a world shaped by Rome. The language was Roman. The government was Roman. The culture was Roman. Like many ambitious young men, Augustine wanted success. He wanted recognition. He wanted influence. He wanted to become a great teacher and speaker. And for a while, it seemed he was succeeding. He studied rhetoric. He taught in Carthage, then in Rome. Eventually, he moved to Milan, one of the most important cities in the empire. By every worldly measure, his future looked bright. Yet something inside him remained restless. Years later, Augustine would write a book called Confessions. In it, he looked back on his life and asked a painful question. Why do we so often become people we never intended to be? Why do we chase things that never truly satisfy? Why do we know what is good, yet fail to do it? Confessions is not the story of a perfect man. It is the story of a man searching for truth. And eventually, Augustine became a Christian. He believed that what he had been seeking all along could not be found in success, reputation, or pleasure. But his greatest challenge was still ahead. In the year 410 AD, something happened that shocked the Roman world. The Visigoths, led by Alaric, entered the city of Rome. The city was sacked. For modern readers, this may sound like just another historical event. But for people living at the time, it felt unthinkable. Rome had stood at the center of civilization for centuries. Generations had grown up believing that Rome was permanent. And suddenly, Rome was vulnerable. The impossible had happened. People were terrified. People were angry. Many began looking for someone to blame. Some blamed Christians. They argued that Rome had been strong when it worshipped the old gods. Now Rome was declining. Surely Christianity was responsible. Augustine heard these accusations, and he decided to answer them. His answer became one of the most influential books in Western history, The City of God. What is remarkable is that Augustine did not spend most of the book asking, how can we save Rome? Instead, he asked a deeper question, a more uncomfortable question. Why did we believe Rome would last forever? Before Rome, there had been other great powers. Babylon, Persia, Greece, all of them rose, all of them fell. Why should Rome be different? Augustine believed that many people had placed their ultimate hope in the empire. When the empire shook, their entire world shook with it, because their hope was built upon something temporary. In The City of God, Augustine describes two cities, the earthly city and the city of God. The earthly city is built upon power, ambition, glory, and human achievement. The city of God is built upon something different: truth, love, God. One city will pass away, the other endures. Augustine was not celebrating the fall of Rome. He loved the world he lived in. But he understood something many people did not. Every empire falls. Every nation changes. Every civilization is temporary. The real question is not whether Rome will fall. The real question is, what remains after Rome? That question did not belong only to the 5th century. It belongs to every generation. Because every one of us has a Rome, a career, a relationship, a nation, a dream, a future we assumed would always be there. And one day we may discover that it is not. Augustine invites us to ask, where have we placed our hope? What are we trusting to carry us through life? What happens when that thing begins to crumble? Many centuries later, Augustine's question still remains. When Rome began to fall, most people asked, how could this happen? Augustine asked something different. Why did you think Rome would last forever? And perhaps that is the question for us as well. When the things we trust begin to disappear, when the world we know begins to change, When our own Rome starts to fall, where do we see hope? After Rome, what remains?